conforme transcurrían los meses después de los ataques del 11 de septiembre, cada vez más norteamericanos se daban cuenta de las discrepancias entre los hechos y la explicación oficial. Al descubrir que la versión oficial no buscaba dar una explicación verídica de los atentados, sino crear un engaño, estos ciudadanos comenzaron a investigar por su cuenta, tratando de distinguir las verdaderas causas de lo sucedido aquel día, en medio de la telaraña de mentiras con que el gobierno rodeó esos trágicos hechos. Este grupo de americanos abarca desde profesores universitarios y científicos hasta exgobernadores, senadores, actores, pilotos profesionales, locutores de radio y gente común y corriente deseosa de encontrar una explicación a los asesinatos del 11 de septiembre. Fundando diferentes organizaciones para encontrar alternativas a la mentira oficial, esperan sacar al pueblo americano y al mundo en general del engaño de esta mafia. Transmiten su mensaje a través de sitios de internet, películas, libros y conferencias. Por citar solo un par de ejemplos. Richard Gage, fundador de Arquitectos e Ingenieros por la Verdad.
It's extremely important that we know the truth about this event because it served as the pretext for two wars, the invasion of two countries.
David Griffin, autor de numerosos libros.
One feature of the attacks that suggests complicity by U.S. officials is the twofold fact that the U.S. military failed to stop the attacks on 9/11.
El poderoso grupo causante de los ataques etiqueta las explicaciones de estas organizaciones con el término teorías de conspiración.
Let us never tolerate outrageous conspiracy theories concerning the attacks of September the 11th. Malicious lies that attempt to shift the blame away from the terrorists themselves, away from the guilty.
Así es que una teoría de conspiración son mentiras ideadas por excéntricos para atacar la verdad oficial. Además, esta mafia usa a sus poderosos medios de comunicación para atacar, desprestigiar y ridiculizar a estos grupos. Para este fin, utiliza a sus payasos profesionales.
Conspiracy theories, sure, they're fun. They help us keep that dream alive that someday we really will walk on the moon, and that next Christmas, your stocking could be stuffed with an Elvis comeback album. Actually, some aren't so fun. Ever since 9/11, a bunch of theorists, otherwise known as people with active imaginations, no common sense, and a lot of time on their hands, have insisted that explosives inside the World Trade Center brought the towers down, that all the victims in the first plane really didn't die because there were no passengers, and that no plane ever hit the Pentagon.
Este individuo entrevista a Dave Von Kleist, locutor de radio y miembro del Movimiento por la Verdad. Entrevista en la cual no le presta la menor atención al mensaje, enfocándose únicamente en desprestigiar al portador del mismo.
What's in Area 51? Is it aliens or office supplies?
The desperate attempt to somehow link me to aliens, an Elvis comeback album, a two-nosed Osama, and Area 51 is nothing more than another example of how ridicule and condescension are utilized in a last-ditch effort to somehow draw attention away from evidence and information that is damning to the conventional wisdom of the official story.
Numerosos miembros del Movimiento por la Verdad son atacados por la prensa controlada.
That was University of Wisconsin professor Kevin Barrett, who has recently drawn criticism for plans to teach an Islamic studies course next fall that will incorporate conspiracy theories that the U.S. government was involved in the events of September 11th. Professor Barrett joins us now. Professor, can you give us the context within which you teach this?
Well, yeah, sure. I'm teaching an introductory course on Islam, and I think it's really important to cover these contemporary political issues, and one of them is, of course, the so-called war on terror. Now, the fact is that the great majority of the world's Muslims believe that 9/11 was an inside job.
But that's your opinion, right? You're offering your opinion that there was an inside job.
Well, after studying the evidence pretty intensively for 2.5 years, I am convinced that 9/11 was in fact an inside job.
And are students required to regurgitate that in some way in order to do well in your class?
That's ridiculous. No, I'm not interested in making students regurgitate anything.
All right, Mr. Barrett, Sean Hannity here. Do you really believe that 9/11 was an inside job, not